Hi there, I'm Chris Kilby, a pastor in a pergola, and here's today's bite-sized Bible from 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 8. And in there, Paul says to Timothy, we know that the law is good if one uses it properly. So today's question is grace good and the law bad? You see, Paul says this to Timothy, we know that the law is good if one uses it properly. And then he lists a whole load of people and contexts where the law is good. He says it's good for those that are lost in sin, it's good for the rebels, it's good for the murderers and all of that kind of stuff. He says the law's good for that. And I say, well, hang on a minute, I thought the law was bad. I thought, now hang on, aren't we under grace? Hasn't Christ died for us and given us grace now? Well, it's true, we are under grace, but the law still has a clear function and Paul still calls it good. So what's the function of the law in the life of a believer then? Well, I think of it a bit like this. It's a bit like holding up a mirror that magnifies, you know, those kind that show you warts and all. And the law shows our humanity in all its vulnerability, its weakness, sometimes its stupidity and its folly. The law shows us the reality that we all fall short. And in essence, the law is always good because it drives us towards Jesus. It drives us out of ungodliness and towards Jesus. It highlights and magnifies our need for a Saviour who will come and then extend grace to us. And it points us to Him so that we can then receive that most incredible thing of grace, love and forgiveness. The law just can't do that, but Jesus can. Jesus can. John Bunyan, he said this once, "Run, John, run, the law demands, but gives me neither feet nor hands. Better news the gospel brings, it bids me fly and gives me wings." So the word for you today is this: let the law magnify our vulnerability and weakness, our brokenness, so that we can then turn and receive grace. Don't let the law condemn you. We're not under the law anymore, but the law can point out our failings so that we can willingly fly. We can willingly fly into the adventure ahead of us without hindrance, having received fresh grace and fresh forgiveness from Jesus. That's the word for you today. I'm Chris Kilby, a pastor in a pergola, and that's today's bite-sized Bible. See you next time.